Impact Wrestling Rebellion predictions for 2021 here on SCW. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. A stacked card once again from Impact Wrestling. Really looking forward to this card now. Rebellion 2021. Of course, headlined by the title versus title match. The Unification Impact Wrestling Champion versus AEW Champion. Winner takes all. Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega. I'm really looking forward to this event and particularly this match, which we're going to start off with discussing here on SCW. Now, of course, one of these superstars is going to hold all the gold, and of course Kenny Omega has already, he's got himself an array of championships already. The AEW Championship, he's a AAA champion as well. Can he make it Impact Wrestling as well? The belt collector of 2021 is almost like the Ultimo Dragon of today if he was to do that. But of course, Rich Swann, if he was to actually win the championship, he would also be making appearances on Dynamite as well. That was announced by Tony Khan on the press conference that we had last week on Impact. So this is looking like it's going to be a very exciting match. You've got the home field advantage for Impact, but I do feel Kenny Omega is going to win the championship. Now, here's the thing that's going to go with this. Kenny Omega is a star name. He's a big name. This is something I think will probably bring eyes to Impact Wrestling, but I do wonder if it'll be a good thing for Impact in the long run. Now, hear me out, because Kenny Omega, the AEW champion, winning the championship, does it make Impact look weaker, or does Impact benefit having Kenny Omega? I think we're going to find out, because Kenny Omega, in my opinion, will win that championship. In fact, the TNA championship seems to be still actually held as the prize as well when we saw the press conference. Rich Swann having both championships. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Don Callis, of course, is clearly an Impact executive, but he's clearly on Team Kenny Omega. I think he could even play a deciding role here, and I have enjoyed the build-up, especially with the way that Don Callis has been talking, especially with the likes of Kenny Omega, but even his times with Rich Swann in ring as well. I really enjoyed that interaction. One other note as well, Marlo Ronaldo will be calling this match. It's great to see he's back in wrestling. I'm a big fan of Marlo Ronaldo. The passion, the enthusiasm, you can't get that as easy as you do from Marlo Ronaldo. I think it's going to be a match for the ages, and I hope this is the first step in seeing more of Marlo Ronaldo back in wrestling, because I've enjoyed his work in WWE, whether it was SmackDown, NXT. It's great to see him here at Rebellion. I'm so happy he's going to be a part of this. So yeah, great to see Marlo Ronaldo on board, and like I say, let's see what happens. The forbidden door is open. Belts are changing left, right and centre. If Kenny Omega was to win the Impact World Championship, it would be the second outsider to win an Impact title here in 2021. So that's the prediction for that. Let's go on to the next match, which also currently has an outsider holding the championship from New Japan Pro Wrestling. FinJuice will be defending the championships against the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows. Now, here for me is where I worry if the Forbidden Door is necessarily working as it should be. FinJuice haven't been around since they won the championships originally from the Good Brothers, which I believe was at Sacrifice, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, since then, they've been back in New Japan. They've been off doing their own thing. We've not seen them in Impact Wrestling. It's kind of like, if you compare to another company like WWE, it's kind of like the Brock Lesnar treatment. The champion is not around defending those belts in matches. I wonder if it takes away a bit from the division. Now, going back to that first match very quickly, Kenny Omega, he will be around, he'll be more accessible. He's in AEW. It's much easier, obviously being in the States, to get from AEW to go and show an Impact. He's actually been on Impact quite a bit. But FinJuice, what happens to them if they retain the championships here? Does the tag team division suffer? I think it does a little bit, and for me, I've enjoyed seeing FinJuice win the belts. It was a nice shock. I was really surprised when they did it. I do feel that I'd be even more surprised if they retain the belts here. The Good Brothers here, they're the top team in Impact. There's no getting around that, and I think that they should win the belts back here. Maybe they took FinJuice a bit lightly in the first title defense against them. Now they're looking to get the belts back. They're going to take this a lot more seriously. I do think the Good Brothers will regain the Impact World Tag Team Championships, because the tag team division is a strong division in Impact. It needs to remain strong. If the champion's not around, the division, it starts to lose a bit of momentum, and I think it's lost a little bit in the last few weeks, so I think it's necessary we get the belts back on the Good Brothers. But if FinJuice can stick around afterwards, I'm perfectly happy for them to keep all the belts, have them actually wrestle a few more teams in Impact Wrestling if it's a possibility. But to give a prediction, I'm going for the Good Brothers. Next, let's look at the Knockouts Championship. Deonna Purrazzo, of course, the virtuoso, defending against Tenille Dashwood with Caleb with a K. It's great to see Tenille Dashwood in this spot because I was very surprised. She won at Hardcore Justice, got herself in this position. I was sure it was going to be, you know, either returning Su Yung when she was actually revealed. Looks like that's been saved for a later day. I even thought Jordynne Grace would have a shout maybe that she could get in the spot, but Tenille Dashwood is here. I think she's been sort of overlooked. I enjoy her influencer kind of gimmick she's got going on, but I don't see her winning the championship. Deonna Purrazzo and Su Yung feels like the long-term game for me, so I think Deonna Purrazzo will retain the championship. Plus, I like the little tweak they've thrown in. They have wrestled in Ring of Honor before, these two. They do have history together in the ring, and Tenille Dashwood, she's always been the victor. Deonna hasn't beat her, so that's a good platform here. It's actually saying Deonna Purrazzo will finally get her win back. She's got more experience. She's been dominating Impact Wrestling. She was the Wrestler of the Year, Knockout of the Year. She did everything in 2020, and 2021 is still proving to be her time, her year. I think Deonna Purrazzo walks away still your Knockouts champion. Next, let's look at Brian Myers against Mack Cardona, which of course, this is a very interesting feud because of course these two, they've been together, you know, for years. They were tag team partners from WWE from what, 2007, and they've been in each other's careers ever since. They were released together, and it seemed Brian Myers, he kind of wanted to take that path, didn't he? He wanted to be his own identity in Impact Wrestling, but Mack Cardona, he's joined the ranks, and Myers, well, being the heel, the most professional wrestler, goes unprofessionally about it from time to time. Seems to have taken exception of Mack Cardona being here. And, well, I must admit, if I look at the two of them right now, let's talk out of the context of what we're seeing the characters on TV. The one I'm more connected with right now is Brian Myers. He's got a gimmick going on. He's got great characteristics. I think in ring he's got some really good matches. I don't know what it is. There's something about Mack Cardona I am not connected with, and this is very strange. You go back to 2011 where Zack Ryder was so over, the YouTube story, had the internet championship, everything like that. That momentum is really gone. I still haven't found it back. He didn't have it in AEW for me. I still haven't found it in Impact Wrestling. Maybe a big win is what he needs, because he's always ready, and I like that catchphrase. I like that mentality. I want to see more from Mack Cardona in Impact Wrestling. I want to see perhaps a big win and some belief and something pushed him to actually get perhaps towards the main event. I don't know, perhaps even the X Division. He needs something. Something needs to happen with Mack Cardona to really connect with him more on TV. But looking at this storyline for me feels like that I think Mack Cardona needs the win more of the two. I think Brian Myers can be someone that can lose this match and still carry on the same. For me, this is must win for Cardona, so I'm going to go for Cardona to pick up the victory. He then also, from the storyline purposes from that, he shows he does belong in Impact Wrestling. You know, Brian Myers and them, there's room for two to tango. This could even continue on as a feud if they wanted to going forward, but to give a prediction, Mack Cardona needs this, so I'm going for a babyface victory as I've gone for heels so far. Next, let's look at the X Division Championship three-way dance as well. I cannot wait for this match. This could be match of the night. Ace Austin, the champion, defending against TJP against Josh Alexander. And I must say, these three in the ring, it's going to be electric. It's going to be dynamite. We know we mentioned AEW earlier in this video, but this is really going to be an amazing match between these three. I've got a theory of where I think this is going. I think long-term, Josh Alexander will be your X Division champion. I just don't think this is the night it's going to happen on. I'm going to predict from here that it'll happen at Slammiversary, and here's my feeling. TJP is going to be taken out of the equation in this match. I think that Ace Austin escapes, he wins the match, he beats TJP, and then TJP's out the storyline. It leaves Ace Austin and Josh Alexander when they can do this again, preferably in my opinion at Slammiversary. So Ace Austin to be your victor. Next, let's look at the last man standing match, and I really enjoyed this feud. Sami Callihan against Trey Miguel, really well put together this. I love the idea of the storyline of, you know, does Trey Miguel lack passion? You know, is his heart in this? He left once, he's come back. Of course, maybe this plays into some of the real life storylines that's gone in, because of course, if rumours to be believed, I believe all the Rascals were meant to be going to NXT. Something didn't quite work with Trey Miguel. I don't quite know what it was, but of course, you know, we look and say with you know, Desmond Xavier, and of course, I want to say the NXT names now these days, but Zachary Wentz as well. Those two actually did have done well going to NXT and becoming champions over there. Trey Miguel, something didn't quite connect. I don't know what it was, but anyway, he's come back to Impact Wrestling. He's here, he's making a stand. I think this is the right place for Trey Miguel, and I think it's time to show he has that passion, he has that drive. He belongs. It's another one of those he belongs storylines. He belongs here, and he's going to belong towards that main event part, and Sami Callihan wants to bring the main eventer out of him. He can't get him as a partner, but as an opponent, I think as a dance partner, if you want, this can work really well. I'm going for Trey Miguel to pick up the victory. I think this is going to be brutal. I love the fact that the last man standing stipulation comes in, means we can get the toys out, the weapons. This will be almost violent by design, but we'll be talking about them in the next match. Trey Miguel, you be your victor. I think this also has got a potential match of the night written all over it. Let's talk about Violent by Design then. They've got an 8-man tag team match against basically your baby faces that you couldn't fit on the card. James Storm, Chris Sabin, Eddie Edwards and Willie Mack. A great 4 babyface team partnership if you want here. I like the fact this team's been put together. I just feel though you've kind of got the team of individuals, or technically 1 tag team in there and 2 individuals, against a team that's really seems to be tight-knit. Violent by Design really seem to all be on the same page. Deonna would be the one, of course, to get pinned if the babyfaces would pick up the victory, but I do want to see Violent by Design continue that momentum, so my want is, I feel this one is a flip of a coin. This can go either way. Of course, it's built around as well, Violent by Design taking out Tommy Dreamer. Of course, that was the Hardcore Justice show. That meant that there had to be a last minute change and Trey Miguel came in the spot. Violent by Design actually beat a team that had Rich Swann in it as well, which makes me think they should win this match. A part of me though feels the babyfaces may triumph here and they may get some retribution in mind with this, but still, I feel Violent by Design, it's a team of togetherness against individuals. That team should stick together and should be winning here, so Violent by Design will be my final prediction. Last but not least then, let's talk about what I believe has been added, the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. So of course Jazz had to retire from Impact Wrestling. Of course though she got the opportunity to win a match with Jordynne Grace over the Tag Team Champions, Fire and Flava, before she was to walk out the door. Scott D'Amore said that they will have a Tag Team Championship match then at the pay-per-view, but Jazz says she's going to honour her word and she says she's going to retire. That's what she's going to do, but Jordynne Grace, she should still have that opportunity and she's got someone just in mind to be the tag team partner. Very interesting indeed, because that then holds a whole new mystery to this, and it makes you think, is that someone on the roster, or more than likely, is it someone new coming in? We've seen quite a few faces leave the Knockouts division in recent times, so it'd be good to see if someone new comes in. Now, it's too early for a WWE release, so let's not expect an Iconic. Let's not expect, Mickie James or Chelsea Green. It's a bit early for those names right now. Perhaps we're looking more Slammiversary time if any of those could come in. I would like to see Tia Trinidad, of course, formerly known as Zelina Vega from WWE. That would be my preference, my first choice. But there are other names that have been in and around Impact before. Killer Kelly, Renee Michelle, of course, as well. 2 to be named there. I think would be very well fitting if they were to be brought into the mix, but I feel this could be a relatively unknown name, just purely because of the fact that we could build a new star. Jordynne Grace can have a ready-made tag team partner going forward. Could be interesting to see. Impact Wrestling are very good at looking at the indie scene, taking someone in and making a star out of them, putting someone to that next level. So it wouldn't surprise me if Impact was to do that and pull a star out of the indies that we're not aware of seeing, and that could be a great thing to see if we were to get that as Jordynne Grace's tag team partner. But to give a final prediction who I think that partner will be first, I will go for Tia Trinidad. I think that will be a fun acquisition to see. She's got previous experience of being in Impact previously, so it'd be great to have her back, and I think she would offer a lot to the Knockouts division. She's got a great personality, she's decent in ring as well. I think that she would definitely be a star in the making if she was to come in, and I mean, would she work as a babyface? It could work, it could be interesting, it would be something different. But to give a prediction, I mean, I haven't really gone for many title changes here, so I do think to myself, maybe as there could be a mystery partner coming in, could be something new, something fresh. Fire and Flava kind of caught off guard. I think we're getting new champions here. That's what I'm going to predict. New champions will come from the Knockouts Tag Team division, and then that gives Fire and Flava a chance to chase those championships, and it can help the tag team division a bit, because I do feel that since that tag team division sort of came to fruition, Havoc and Avey have already broken up. It just feels that there's not many teams already going for those Knockouts belts. So I want to see more solidified tag teams, and this could be interesting to see. Even if it's like a 1 month reign and Fire and Flava manage to get the belts back, I think that a title change here could be fun, could be fresh, could be something exciting, a new name coming into Impact. Yeah, I'm going to go for new champions. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching. This has been my Impact Wrestling Rebellion 2021 match card and predictions for you here on SCW. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you everyone that's been subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel. I look forward to knowing your predictions. Let me know them in the comments below right now. I can't wait to interact with you. And yeah, enjoy Rebellion. It's going to be this weekend. And of course, I'll try and give you a review as well if possible. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have yourselves a great day. You've been watching SCW here on YouTube. All the best.